The goal in The Escapists 2 is the same as in A Way Out, we mentioned at the very beginning of the article, to get out of prison. The game makes it pretty obvious that you need to have partners in crime. Who could a better candidate be than a friend sitting behind bars with you? Gather items while pretending to be a good prisoner in front of the guards, help your inmates, and carry out a plan to leave this place for good. Here's yet another racing game that is best enjoyed with other people. Split Second. The title might have been released a while ago, but the gameplay didn't get any worse since 2010. You're a part of a unique TV show. It features races where the so-called power plays can mess up parts of the track alongside the opposing player's car. When Power Bar gets full after a bit of reckless driving, we can detonate practically anything in sight. Remember the days when country ball memes were everywhere? If you feel a twinge of nostalgia for that time, you might want to check out Bang on Balls Chronicles. This quirky 3D platformer offers a journey through stages inspired by different historical periods. Whether you find yourself in feudal Japan or the icy lands of the Vikings, you'll have a blast wreaking havoc as you go. As you delve deeper into the game, you'll encounter a ton of quests, challenges to overcome, and treasures to collect. It may not be the most serious title on the list, but it is certainly one of the best split-screen games on PC. If we had a list of the most unnecessary remasters in gaming history, this one would probably make the cut. Even the creators dubbed it the remaster no one asked for. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Actually, it's pretty fun. Goat Simulator Remastered includes the full collection of DLCs from the original, along with a mutator menu that lets you create your own goat-like creature. And of course, slightly improved visuals. Most importantly, at least for the purpose of this video, it features 4-player local co-op. Just imagine 4 goats running wild through the city, causing chaos at every turn. Silly stuff, but sometimes that's exactly what you need. If we're to name the best split-screen PC games in 2025, not mentioning any titles from this series would be a disservice, and Gears 5 is our pick for this list. It's ultimately the game designed to be played with a partner, which made it especially infuriating that the feature wasn't included on the PC versions from the start. Nonetheless, it's finally here. You and your co-player can throw yourselves into the campaign mode. As always, the challenge of effective teamwork and the entertainment elements of beating the sea of motion-triggered robots hit the spot. Baldur's Gate 3 is undoubtedly one of the hottest games, even in 2025. It has captured the hearts of gamers around the world with its branching narrative, stunning visuals, and extraordinary voice acting. Yet, as many would agree, the most memorable gaming experiences are those shared with others. And thankfully, Larian's latest RPG mirrors the multiplayer option seen in their successful Divinity Original Sin 2. This means that 2 players can cooperate on the same computer and navigate Fair Run together. However, it's important to note that this setup requires 2 controllers, as the keyboard and mouse combination isn't officially supported. Still, it's a must-grow for those looking for the best split-screen Steam games. Once you find a pretty purple stone while playing Darksiders Genesis, this is your chance to invite your mate to grab the controller and go on an epic hack-and-slash journey together. This spin-off to the main Darksider games is a fun ride when played solo, but the experience only gets better when enjoyed by 2 adventurers. You can explore an area distant from your companion's location, although nothing stops you from joining forces when necessary, as in real life, don't you think? Numerous games only offer a split screen as an optional way to complete them. In the case of A Way Out, you need a partner in crime to make it out of prison. Leo and Vincent are complete opposites, but they share the same goal. They need to work together, both behind bars and outside them. One person from the prisoner duo might simulate being sick, while the other slowly approaches the guard. Keep glancing at what's happening on the other side of the screen to know when you should start to move. Hazelight Studios, the team behind some of the best split-screen PC games, A Way Out, It Takes Two, is back with a brand new title, and they've hit the jackpot again. Split Fiction is a charming and imaginative co-op adventure, a pure joy for two players. This time, you'll step into the shoes of writers Mio and Zoe. One specializes in sci-fi, while the other is all about fantasy tales. One day, a twist of fate traps them inside the world of their own stories. The gameplay is entirely co-op focused. No single-player mode here. The heroines must join forces to overcome a variety of platforming challenges and puzzles. The game includes a friend pass, so only one player needs to own it. Just send your partner an invite, and they can jump into the adventure for free. You probably predicted that a racing game would appear at some point on this list. The genre works perfectly for a wider audience thanks to simple controls and a strong competitive element. If you've ever played Mario Kart, nothing will take you by surprise in Team Sonic Racing, as it's a decent alternative for PC gamers. Therefore, it's precisely what you're looking for to occupy a bunch of mates craving an adrenaline rush. Lego games are meant to be shared with others. Experiencing 9 Star Wars movies in one package is quite impressive, but doing so with your forever player 2 is priceless in the Skywalker saga. Think about it. Not only do you get to enjoy the marvels of bricky gameplay with a friend, but you can also appreciate Star Wars references while doing so. The gameplay is simple enough for a kid to join the Cosmic Odyssey. The younger generation needs to be educated about all occurrences a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Next on our roster of the best split-screen games is Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharge. It's a follow-up to the popular Hot Wheels Unleashed, which was released in 2021. Once again, it lets you zoom through a variety of wild courses. In terms of new features, players can now jump and dash, allowing them to ram into rivals. Just like in the first game, 2 drivers can race against each other on various tracks created by the developers, or create their own with the intuitive track editor. Our Definitive Edition is a fascinating attempt at making an RPG a survival game of sorts. The concept is simple. You help your character jump from 0 to hero with all the consequences of your actions. Once you mess up, you can't simply reload the save. When the burden is shared with a fellow adventurer, life in this co-op game becomes a little easier. The enemies are more robust and have more HP, but whenever one of you distracts the creature while the other shoots dozens of arrows without a worry, you start to appreciate the company. Let's go back to the roots of split-screen PC games with Ride 5, where 2 players can race head-to-head. This one hands you a garage full of motorbikes and dozens of tracks to tear through. If you're in the mood to go full throttle, invite a friend or family member for a race. The roar of the engines, the adrenaline, the rivalry, it's all pretty damn satisfying. And despite being a simulation, it's also quite accessible, so even less experienced players can jump in and have fun. Some of the Resi titles are perfect for a duo to share the burden, and Resident Evil 5 was the first title that allowed this function. Sure, the split screen option was initially removed on PC and then returned 14 years later, but why complain when you and your co-op partner can have fun completing the campaign together? Choose between Chris Redfield and Shiva Alamar and embark on a mission in West Africa to prevent bioorganic weapons from being sold on the black market. The dynamic gameplay and spectacular parent combos are paired nicely with an exceptional plot. Grandma is always right, and this time she means business. You need to get out of the house and find a job. The city is yours to explore, hand in hand with up to 3 friends. Wobbly Life is a standout pick from the selection of PC games for 4 players because it's just so ridiculously fun and stupid. And that's not always the case when it comes to career choices. It's a game about life itself, taking on odd jobs, sharing wild adventures, meeting aliens, and hunting for treasure and secrets. Despite being in early access, it already offers enough content to keep you entertained for hours. At least I still find new activities to try and silly costumes to unlock in this chaotic sandbox. Diving into Project Zomboid, you'll get to experience the thrill and tension of surviving a zombie apocalypse alongside a friend or three. Remember, there's safety in numbers. Navigating through the isometric world, you'll need to cooperate closely, scavenge for supplies, build defenses, and fight off hordes of zombies to survive. Whether you're attempting daring escapes or fortifying your safe house, the co-op mode in Project Zomboid turns survival into a shared adventure filled with unexpected moments and intense combat. It's a fine example of collaborative, split-screen PC games done well. Valve may not develop new games as often as in the past, but their older PC titles are still capable of entertaining you and your teammate. In Portal 2, the co-op portion of the game is separated from the primary campaign, introducing new characters and concepts, not to mention dozens of new puzzles to solve together with the other player. After all, two heads are better than one. Unserious Sam is epic enough, but putting 4 killing machines on the same map sounds just insane. In Serious Sam 3 BFE, you can also decide whether to join forces with your friends and have fun in numerous cooperative modes, or to show them who's boss instead. Whether you exterminate infinite numbers of enemies together or fight against each other, it's still the same satisfying formula the series had us accustomed to. As the name suggests, Screen Cheat involves cheating. On the other hand, if your opponents can only be seen on their part of the screen, you don't really have any other choice but to look, do you? Players begin the match in the same arena, but in order to get a frag, you need to deduce where others are by looking at their sides of the screen. It makes the gameplay extremely fun, but the title requires you to move constantly. Otherwise, you will be an easy target.